on. Where is my thing? Oh, there we go. Good afternoon. Okay, Lottie, I'm gonna have to put you down on the ground. All right, well, I'm gonna get started. People can join us as the Facebook Live goes on. As always, you know, you can share the video, and that's how you get entered into the drawing that I do for giveaways. So all you have to do is just click on the button below and just write that you shared it, type that in, and you will be in next week's drawing. So let me go ahead and announce the winner from last week's Stampin' Live. It is Avenel R. So congratulations, Avenel. I will reach out to you to make sure that I have your correct mailing address, and we'll be able to send your gift out this week. So congratulations. But today I wanted to show y'all some brand new product that is going to be debuting tomorrow. And it is called, all right, so anyway, they're calling this the Snowflake Showcase. And it's a really fun little suite of products. So I die cut all these snowflakes out. I thought it would be easier for y'all to see. But let me show you the stamp sets first. Well, anyway, okay, so this is going to debut starting tomorrow in my online store. It goes through the end of November, or it's while supplies last. So technically, they have it running through November 1st through the 30th. But if for any reason, if certain supplies sell out, or if it all sells out, you know, it is while supplies last. So this is one of the stamp sets. This is the stamp set that I'm going to be using today. It's called Snow is Glistening. It's photopolymer, and you can see some really pretty Christmas images and some Christmas sentiments. And then this is also a photopolymer stamp set, and this is called Happiness Surrounds. And this is more like an all occasion stamp set. So you'll be able to use this all year long. Like, hello friend, it's your day, congratulations. Sending positive thoughts, so you can make some really pretty floral cards with that. So like I said, that's photopolymer. And along with this new product suite are the Snowfall Thinlit dies. So I think it's 20. Let me just double check real quick. Well, I put it away. I'm pretty sure it's 20 Thinlit dies. And I'll show you what they are. Hopefully you can see this. You can see that there are some really pretty intricate snowflakes all right here. Then there's some solid images, and the snowflakes that are intricate will actually fit on the solid images. So you can have some really pretty layering. There are some flowers that go along with the Happiness Surrounds stamp set, along with some leaves, and just really, really pretty. You can make some really gorgeous cards with this. So hopefully seeing the die cuts helps than just showing you all the Thinlits. One of the other nice things that comes in this product suite is white velvet sheets, and you receive 2 of these. Get this out of the way. I've already die cut some snowflakes using this. So you get 2 12 by 12 sheets. Obviously you won't be able to see the texture, but it's really, really pretty. So it's more of an off-white, kind of like a snow white, winter white, I guess is what you would call it. Really pretty. So you can do some fun things with that. And then finally, the other part of the suite are these Snowflake Trinkets. And you get 20 of these in the container, and there's a couple of sizes, and or a couple of designs. See, so you've got this design, And then this design, and they have a little rhinestone in the middle. And these actually are pretty low profile. They're pretty thin. I'm trying to see, is that all? Okay, so it looks like, okay, I was looking to see if there's a smaller one. So no, it's just those two sizes, and just those are just that same size, just in two different designs. And like I said, they're thinner than some other snowflakes have been, and it's really nice because the rhinestone is like beveled. So it's, or not bezel, that's what I meant to say, bezel. So it's like flat, it's not raised, which really helps with postage nowadays, how expensive that's gotten. Okay, so I thought we would make a really pretty Christmas card. I'm going to make this on camera with y'all, so keep your fingers crossed that this works. But before I get started, I have a couple of housekeeping things I want to mention. I am having a Halloween special that ends tonight. I did a Facebook Live yesterday where I made this card. This is my final Halloween card of the year. I can't believe it. But if you watched that, I'm giving away either the silver foiled edge or the gold foiled edge envelopes and cards. There's 42 a pack. You get that free when you spend $75 or more in my online store. That ends tonight at midnight, 11:50 Mountain Time PM. And if you spend $150 or more, don't use that hostess code because you'll forfeit your Stampin' rewards. But you will still earn the note cards. And the cards are gorgeous. So really pretty, really nice, pretty foil around it. Okay. So why don't we get started? I'm going to show you all the supplies that you're going to need to make this card. The first thing that I'm going to start off with is a thick piece of Whisper White cardstock. I have cut this down to 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored this at 4 1/4. So we can go ahead and fold that on our score line. And if you would like to see an exclusive project using these products that I send out to my email subscribers, make sure that you subscribe to my email. And by doing that, all you have to do is go over to istampin.com at the very top, just type in your name and email address, and you will start receiving those exclusive projects starting tomorrow. Okay, so the next thing that I've done is cut a piece of our watercolor paper just 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to do some watercoloring and stamping on this one. Then what I've done is I have just cut scraps of cardstock and various colors. This is Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to be stamping the Christmas tree on this and then cutting that out. This is Blushing Bride. We're going to do some heat embossing, so you'll need your heat tool along with your white stamping embossing powder. And then this is Whisper White, and we're going to cut some stuff out of that as well. Okay, let's see here. For ink, you will need the following colors. First off, you'll want Versamark for when we do our embossing. You're going to need Pool Party, Pear Pizzazz, and Soft Suede. You are going to need to get out your Pool Party re-inker and put that in some water because we're going to do a watercolor wash over our watercolor paper. And the easiest thing to do is just to, I just use our old like containers like this when I use all up of the supplies. I just keep these because they're perfect for doing this technique. So you just, fill it up with a little bit of tap water, and then I take just a few drops of the re-inker and put it in there, and then I'm going to use my aqua painter. I just mix that up. So that's how that's going to work. I've already die cut some of the snowflakes, so you will need the white velvet paper, but I'm going to tell you, you definitely want to use your Precision plate with these snowflakes. They're very intricate, and this Precision plate, and even if you have the die brush, that helps out a lot. I used the Take Your Pick tool. This is my product of the week. I used this just to poke out all the little bits in between the snowflakes. So yeah, I have the die brush. This was just handier. It was more accessible. But the Precision base plate, this is a must. This will make your life so much easier. Because this is photopolymer, I am going to be using the Stampin Pierce Mat. And then for adhesive, I'm probably just going to use SNAIL and dimensionals and probably some glue dots. And then to put a little bit of sparkle on the card, I've got my rhinestones. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is do a little watercolor wash. And let me get a scrap piece of a grid paper so that if it gets wet, I don't ruin what I'm working on. And I'm going to have the card going vertical. And so what I'm doing here is just picking up, using my brush, and just kind of putting some color here. It may not look like much. This is just supposed to be like a subtle background. I'm actually going to try to get something a little bit darker. There. It's really, really light. And I'm just going to let this dry naturally. Actually, I'm going to zap it with my heat gun. This isn't really the preferred way to do it, but I want to do some stamping on this as well, so I need this to dry. So let me go ahead and zap this. I think that's good. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use this image right here where it looks like falling snow. I'm going to stamp that on the card. And with the watercolor paper, it does kind of bend, so that's natural. Don't think that something's wrong. So I've got that stamp right here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this up in Pool Party. And I'm just going to just randomly stamp that around the card, and I'm going to flip it around so it doesn't look like I'm doing it the same way. And I think that looks good. Maybe like I'm going to do a little bit of masking. I don't want all of it showing, so I'm just covering up what I've already stamped and just doing that. There we go. Okay, so we're going to let that sit off to the side to let it dry. Make sure it's dried well. And then next, what I'm going to do is use the really pretty Christmas tree that's full of snowflakes. And you can actually, if you wanted to, stamp the tree going this way and back, you know, up and down, and to create a large pattern background if you wanted to do that. Okay, and I'm going to do that in Pear Pizzazz, so this is going to be a lot of tone on tone. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. When your stamps are a little bit larger, I like to lay them flat on my table and then stamp and ink it up that way. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just going to cut this out in just a minute, but I thought we could do all of our stamping first. And then this little piece here, I'm going to use soft suede for the tree trunk. So this is a tiny little guy. And just ink that up. This will be easy to cut out. All of this is really easy, fussy cutting, so I'm not too concerned. So you will want your paper snips to do that. You like to have a fine tip pair of scissors to do this. And then what I'm going to do next is get the piece of Blushing Bride, and this is where I'm going to do my heat embossing. So I've got my embossing buddy and rubbed that on there, and what that does is it removes all the oils from my hands that got on the paper, and that allows the powder to stick really well, just only in the places where you want it to. And I'm inked up the word joy, and that's just going to go right here in the middle. And let's go ahead and got my little powder tray right here. I'm just going to pour the white embossing powder over that. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. And if for any reason you want to watch this again or you didn't catch it from the beginning, I am going to go back to editing my Facebook Lives and putting them up on YouTube. I did that yesterday, so if for any reason you missed yesterday's I Stampin' Live, it wasn't planned, I just jumped on. So you can always, that's up on YouTube now. It's edited and has the products that I used that are listed on there. Okay, so it looks like that. So you'll need your big shot to die cut the snowflakes, but I did that already just to save time. Oh, and there is one product that I forgot to mention. Gosh, if y'all knew it in my room. You know what I need for y'all to do? I need y'all to hold me accountable and say, Kara, have you cleaned your room up? Have you cleaned your craft room yet? So here's the product that I forgot to mention, are the stitched shape framelits. I want y'all to ask me on Monday. Let's see, which size do I want? Let's see here. Yeah, I want the smallest circle. So I want somebody to ask me on Facebook, Kara, did you clean your room? And ask me to post a picture, and I'll even timestamp it so you know I'm not showing you a picture from months ago. This room is a disaster, and I have been procrastinating cleaning it up. Okay, and so that's what that looks like when we're all done. So let's go ahead, and you know what? I think I'm going to try doing this with my paper trimmer. Let's see how this works. Let's see. So what I'm doing is I've just placed my, hopefully you can see this. I don't know, Claire. Oh my gosh. It's bad. But I'm sure we all know what we're talking about. I'm sure we've all been there. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out. And if I need to slice it closer, I can do that. But let's see here. Sometimes I'm not the best when it comes to cutting straight with a pair of scissors for long lengths. Let me see, let me cut this down just a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to get, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to fuss over it much, but this is a little ragged. There we go. This I think I can handle cutting out with my scissors. Okay. So anyway, like I said, the Snowflake Showcase comes out tomorrow, and it's really, really pretty. I hope y'all are enjoying this card. All right, so here's our watercolor piece. Actually, using the heat tool did a really nice job. Sometimes when I've done it before, it kind of makes it have like a, I don't really care for the way it dries, but this is really natural. And I'm going to get I really like our foam adhesive strips. They work wonderful on like our watercolor paper, really, really support it well. And especially for, you know, making a really pretty card like this, you want your panel, whoa, I just cut my nail. You really want your panel well supported. So if y'all haven't gotten these foam strips yet, I love them. Absolutely love them. And you usually just need 2 strips for a panel this size. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. While I'm gone, I'm working on that over the next few days. So y'all shouldn't see a change in that, as well as a newsletter and stuff like that. All right, so that's what that looks like. And then I think what I'm going to do is put the Christmas tree on first and then tuck in the snowflakes. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and pop up again, and I'm just going to use dimensionals for this. I like to use a lot of dimensionals. Okay, and that's just going to go like so. And then the tree trunk is just going to go right there. And I'm just going to use glue dots for that. So I think 1 glue dot should be enough, or I'll put 2. So I put 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool. This is my product of the week. I absolutely love this tool. It's a perfect Christmas idea. I've been like telling people, think about it's only $10. So this is perfect for like a stocking stuffer. I love it. Okay. So there we go. We've got the tree and the trunk on. And now what I did, okay, so I've already die cut these before because I didn't want y'all to watch me do all that. And I just went through and just picked 5 different sizes. Some of them kind of look the same, but they may be different sizes. And I'm going to get my fine tip glue. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just in certain parts. I'm not going to like adhere everything down. So I'm just putting a little glue here, mostly in the center. And I'm just going to tuck it, kind of just place it just all around. And this is going to be so pretty. This texture of the paper is just gorgeous. I really think y'all are going to love it. And we'll put this one up here. I may have to come back and put a little bit more glue on that. Actually, let's see here. Use a block to hold that down. It's a little bit larger. And then this one. And I need to remember to, I have those, what is it? I need to remember to use these. These are our multi-purpose adhesive sheets. This would be an excellent way to stick these down, and I never remember this. So I need to do that next time. Okay, and this little guy is gonna go like right here. So you just kind of place these randomly around the card. And then one more down here, I think. We'll put that one right there. So maybe those two, because they're the same size, you may not want them that close, but I doubt anybody's going to notice, right? Okay, and then here's our joy. So I'm going to come in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional on one side and then just use snail for the other. Like so, and hopefully y'all just didn't hear my son having a little meltdown. And that's going to go about right, whoops, about right there. This is going to go about like so, and I think I can just use a glue dot for this. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 glue dots on there, and that's going to kind of go about right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I think I may have to trim these. These are some old, this is our old format of our rhinestones. I still have quite a bit of these left over, so I'm just trying to use these up. But I'm just going to come in here and just pick it up with my pick tool and just randomly place some rhinestones around the card. Like so. And let's see here. And so what I did here, if you're wondering, this strip of rhinestones is like a chain, and so I've never used them like that. So I just take my scissors and I just cut in between them, and that breaks up the glue, if that makes sense. And let's see here. Let's do, whoops, put it on the wrong way. Let's put one down here and then one more. Because you always do odds. That's what I've been told. And we'll put it on that. We'll put it right there. And there you have it, guys. What do you think? This new, oh, and actually, you know what? Let's go and stamp the inside. Let's see here. We've got Merry Christmas to You and Peace on Earth. I think that one's what I'm going to do. I like that one. So, okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do it in Pool Party since I have that ink. Or you know what? I guess I could do it in Pear Pizzazz. That may show up a little bit better. So my ink. So we can go ahead and do the greeting, and this card will be all done. This is a really pretty sentiment. I love the font. It's gorgeous. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is so, oh, I love it. And that was so fun to make. It wasn't very difficult at all. I mean, there are quite a few steps, but you know, it's not hard at all. It's just doing the watercolor wash, letting that dry, and then die cutting out these beautiful, beautiful snowflakes and the velvet paper. But I just love it. I think that is so, so pretty. All right, guys. Well, again, that was using our brand new collection that comes out tomorrow. It is called Snowflake Showcase. So let me show you the 2 stamp sets again. And then the die cuts. See all the die cuts that it makes. It is while supplies last. I'm going to have a new host code for the month of November, and if you use that host code, you do receive a free gift from me at the end of the, actually you receive it the following month. But I do have a couple of spots left for my Stampin' Club, so if you would like to join that, I was hoping to get that started in November, but you know, we can always start it whenever. But anyway, so don't forget that next week it won't be a traditional iStampin' Live. I'm going to be at Epcot, so I'm going to show y'all what's going on. And if you have any questions about this new product suite, any of the supplies that I used today, please just comment below or send me an email, whatever's easiest for you, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next week on my live. Bye. Happy Halloween.